This is the 50th anniversary of Earthday, founded in 1970. It was founded by Senator Gaylord Nelson and activist Denis Hayes. I interviewed Denis Hayes, and take a listen to what he had to say.
The United States needs to make a transition from a fossil fuel-based economy into a post-petroleum economy that efficiently makes use of renewable energy resources. We find ourselves in an awkward position. 10 years ago, we had a president who retreated to a mountaintop and came back with a fairly bleak appraisal for the country. He said that every generation is going to be measured by history on the basis of how it deals with one or two or three profoundly important issues that confront it. And for our generation, one of those issues is going to be energy. That to deal with energy in the United States requires the moral equivalent of war. There are 100 other reasons besides foreign-dominated control of oil that we need to begin the transition to a post-petroleum era. Global warming, acid rain, oil pollution, Exxon Valdez-style spills, what have you, are all adding up with a compelling argument that we need to aggressively begin to move in the right direction now. I guess if I were to come up with a message of hope, it's that human beings, like so many other species, may still have hardwired within us a survival instinct, an ability to look at the threats that are beginning to mount up and to make the sometimes heroic changes in our patterns of consumption, in the types of investment that we make, in our living arrangements, in our culture that'll be necessary to have a future. In the United States, there was a huge transition from a country that was rather frugal right up through World War II into one that tried to accelerate the rate at which minerals go from the mine to the dump in a conspicuous consumption-dominated throwaway society immediately after World War II. We've got the capacity to make that change in reverse now, to once again begin to place a value upon quality and durability in every aspect of our lives, in resilience, in sustainability. And I think we have within us as a species a need to do that, and if only we can let it out.
It's been 20 years now since that first Earth Day. 20 years since a lot of us in this room, members of a new generation, stood up, grabbed the microphone, and began to demand sweeping changes in the way that America does business. And there was an unarticulated but deeply felt belief, I think, that spread through that whole generation, that we would pass on to our children a vastly better world than the one that we were receiving. We have to anticipate problems and avoid them. What we do and do well is to confront problems and respond to them. Bomb Pearl Harbor and America gets going. Launch a Sputnik, America gets going. Have an Arab oil embargo, America gets going. But draw two lines out on a graph that are going to intersect 20, 25 years from now, that you have to move on today or that intersection becomes impossible. That doesn't elicit a lot of response. Every single one of those major human-induced changes was the result of choices made by people. We can make different choices. For the sake of ourselves, as people who held a dream and who still have the integrity to search for it, I urge you, do it.
Next, we have a play written by Eric Mercury, performed at the Organic Theater in Chicago. It's called Just One World, and today we celebrate that we all share just one world.
The idea to do this began in a channeling. I go to this channeler often. I've been many, many times. This body of souls that speaks to me through someone else suggested that I use these talents that I always have had. I was always a musician in my many, many incarnations, and I used that power to heal people. Mother Nature was asking me to do something. I thought that was the most ridiculous. I said, me? And I said, yeah, I'll do it.
Just one world, just one world. When will people be? Come one world, with one flag, one identity. Just one march, just one drum, one society. SOS, save ourselves,
idea is to get to the point where if you tell yourself you can, you can. And so if we tell ourselves that we can fix this, we can.
This is the island as we found it. As you can see, the carcasses are all in the exact positions where they all expired, apparently simultaneously. The individual species. Here we have a panther. Over here, a gigantic tree spider which had spun this enormous web. A lemur, the nest of which we found in this tree. An exquisite type of what seems to be a snow swan. A platypus, which we had previously thought didn't even live in this part of the world. And a goat, very young, another anomaly. And finally, a tortoise, which our preliminary investigation indicates is quite old, possibly the oldest creature ever discovered in recorded science. All we know is that they appear to have expired at exactly the same moment while in close proximity to one another. Do we know why it happened? Well, too many variables. The only way we could find out precisely how these animals perished would be to transport ourselves back in time and observe the life of the island. I think as scientists, we all know that despite all of our technology, that's beyond our ability. That, I'm afraid, would require magic. Look about you. If what grows here withers, if the water is darkened, if the air is stained, if the tiniest ladybug cannot bear her young free from the grit and acids that spasm and choke, it will all start to unravel. And I, the Creator, shall withdraw my hand, and it shall become the time of perishing. And in a moment, all things will know no tomorrow.
So she doesn't know about the taking creature.
The taking creature? Don't frighten her, Simon. The taking creatures, who are they? Are they like us? What do they look like?
A sad lot.
Do they have claws?
Just a spindly little set of brittle extensions.
Do they have teeth?
Small ones. A little on the dull side.
Do they have horns like mine?
No. Their heads are perfectly smooth.
Do they have feathers, Cecilia? No. Do they fly? No, they can't fly. Can they run fast like sirens? No, not nearly as fast. Well, then, can they climb like you, Santa?
No, only 2 legs.
Well, then they are like you, Theodore Fox?
Not a whit. No bill, no tail, no webbed feet.
They surely can't swim as well as you.
They can't.
They have fur like you, Brisha.
Well, it doesn't grow on them, but they have been known to wear it.
A stinger. They must have a stinger.
No stinger.
No fur, no claws, no teeth, no stinger. They can't fly. They can barely swim or climb or run. Now, why should we be afraid of that?
He's a taker, don't trust this creature. Tomorrow, his features, everything he touches with a knife and also with the dead. Blood in his eye, his hands are grit.
He's angry the rain, dark in the water, scales skin for trees, fine furs or feathers. Run for your lives, run, creature, fire, fire.
Gonna find my way. Gonna shine my light through the dark for the world to see. And from today, gonna fill my life up with faith, courage, and and I know I will arrive if I tell myself I can. For I know there's something special deep down inside. And I'm out here on my own, but I've never walked alone. In my solitude I pray. Give me some time, I'm gonna find my way.
I am straight. What better better quality than this to carry the message.
Taking creature, I'm your neighborhood platypus. Heavy on the platy, light on the puss. Now you've never seen nobody like me. To this I am sure you will agree. But don't you dare laugh. Wait till I get through. This horrible joke could be on you, depending upon your point of view. Whew. Sit down, let us talk. Have maybe some tea. Is that with one lump, or two, or three? You care for some cake? You want a cookie? You all better listen close to me. Stop laughing and listen close to me. Tell me what's a fool. Show me who's a fool. All of you keep playing by someone else's rules. Someone else's rules are only for the fools. Got no time for living by someone else's rules. Fools rules, fools rules. Fools rules. Now maybe you think I exaggerate. The future for all of you ain't great. And please don't forget, you heard it here first. Your troubles can go from bad to worse. Why saddle yourselves with such a curse? Damn. Tell me what's a fool. Show me who's the fool. All of you keep playing by someone else's rules. Someone else's rules
nature's in you, as it is the spirit in me, mirrored in you, burning through me.
Love is all there is, love, all that there is, love is.
What we live and die for, trying to give love, love, spread my wings, fly straight toward forever. Love is all that there is. Love is what we live and die for, trying to give love, yes, love. There's some things that you just know so. There's some things that you just don't know. Where we go when we leave here is not for us to know. In the pages of history, no one solved yet the mystery. It's just a guess, but I do believe that when you gotta go, you got to go. I don't know where you go, but when you gotta, 'cause you got to go. I know, and I'm a diamond, no. Hey, if you gotta, where you got to go. I don't care who you know, and you don't wanna, but you got to go. I know, and I'm a diamond, no. Oh, this is lovely. Thanks, baby. Those with 8 fingers and 2 thumbs all must go when the wagon comes. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts here. No digging in your heels. You can go screaming if you choose. What's the point? I mean, what's the use? Oh, listen, girl, I know this is news, but when you gotta go, you got to go.
Got to go, that's for sure.
And when you gotta, 'cause you got
to go. I know, and I'm a diamond, no.
Hey, if you gotta, where you got to go. Got to go. Ain't no more, and you don't wanna, but you got to go. I know, and I'm a diamond, no. We're all too busy thinking about what's ahead. We'd better start thinking about how we're living now instead. 'Cause when you gotta go, you got to go. I don't care who you know, and when you gotta, 'cause you got to go. I know, and I'm a diamond, no. Hey, if you gotta, you got to go. Go for sure. Say no more, and you don't wanna, but you got to go. I know, and I'm a diamond, no. All right, y'all, break it on down.
Delicate, balanced, spun with ideal precision. A mesh of solidified sunlight stitched together with the skin of the afternoon rain. Each strand giving just what it needs to the other. No one is more important. Nothing stands alone. Nothing is wasted. Everything is essential. To trouble one is to trouble all. What you do is returned to you. Burn and be burned. And know that life on this sphere is a most delicate proposition. We are all feathers in the immense breath of creation. Something happened here. Something very strange. There's a different breeze blowing. It's a wind of change. The atmosphere pushing me forward while pulling me back. What intelligence is responsible? Who created this? Knowing it's a fine design, the scheme of things pushing me forward while pulling me back. Nothing can ever be for me simply the way it used to be. Now that I've held a raindrop in my hand, spun like a feather in the wind, back to the light where time begins, pushing me forward while it pulls me back, while it pulls me back. What was here before? And where's the ones who know? In the future now, rowing, here's the fount of life, the inner soul, pushing us forward, pulling us back. Nothing can ever be for me simply the way it used to be. Now that I felt the sunshine on my skin, spun like a feather in the wind, back to the light where time begins, pushing me forward while it pulls me back, while it pulls me back.
There's a line from the show that Kitterton the goat delivers. She says, and to me this is the ultimate, this is the whole show. She says, well, we'll just do something, all of us together. Let's just do something.
Let us